Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Oluwakemi Akiode and I help young people grow with clarity and confidence while empowering parents to build strong and healthier family connections. On this channel, I talk all things that are related to parenting, family life, young adulting, and I share tips that help us achieve success in life. If any of that sounds like something that would interest you, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Thank you. So today, I want to talk about top three skills that every young person must learn. Yes, I know when we go to school, they teach us all the theories, all the algebras, all the calculus, all the whatever name they have for it. But I feel like there are skills that they would not teach us in school, and these are actually the things that matter in the real world. So when I say in the real world, that is in the world outside school, in the workplace, in your relationship, in your business, in ministry, in church, in family. So these are skills not that are not book related skills, if I can say it that way. And honestly speaking, I wish I learned these things earlier in life. Like I wish there was someone that taught me about these things, say in my late teens into early 20s, because some of these things I didn't learn it until maybe my early 20s, and I am still learning, by the way. So the number one on my list would be effective communication. Yes, effective communication. Yeah, I know when we hear communication, we feel like, what's the big deal in communication? This one is easy, Joe. I know how to communicate. I speak good English. I write excellently. As a matter of fact, I am the best in my English class. Please drop all that aside and let's talk about communication that actually matter in the real world. Effective communication includes how you listen to others, how you speak to others. There are times that, especially for young people, when you're speaking to people, a lot of people will feel like, oh, why are you speaking to me that way? You're rude. So, effective communication will help you to know how to speak to someone without being disrespectful, also without you demeaning yourself. So, that's where effective communication comes in. Is very good. It actually helps you to learn to know how to respond. Sometimes when people are talking to us, we are just like, when we say we are listening, we are really not listening. We're just hearing them speak and then we are waiting for them to finish so that we can just say our mind, or I mean, just give them an answer. But when you master the art of effective communication, you know how to respond appropriately. I think research has said that communication is actually 20% of what you say, and I think 80% of your body language. Yeah, that is art of effective communication. So a lot of people, some people are just listening to you, but they are watching your body language. So you see how all of these things ties up together. Effective communication will help you in the workplace. It would help you relate with your customer, with your employee, with your employer. It would help you even in your relationships, all forms of relationships. Um, we say that in marriage, communication is one of the bedrock of a successful marriage. That cannot be overemphasized. That is simply the truth. You've got to know how to communicate effectively with your spouse, with your children, with your bosses, with your superior, with the people under you. So it affects all areas of life, with your parents, with your friends. So you need to master how to effectively communicate. You need to master how to speak and how to respond well. You need to master the do's and don'ts of communication. And honestly, you can learn these things online. If you go on YouTube, I'm sure you'll find lots of resources. You can read books on it as well. You can attend seminars or trainings on it. But honestly, I feel like you can learn most of these things online freely if you commit yourself to it. However, you might get to a point that you might need the help of a professional, especially if you need some specific um, resources or or personalized help that is tailored for you, that is specific to you. So that's where you need the help of professionals. So please bear that in mind. I didn't learn the art of effective communication until maybe my mid 20s, when I started realizing that, oh no, maybe I shouldn't have said this, or so please keep that at the back of your mind and learn that early. The number two thing today is financial literacy. Yes, you've got to master the art of financial literacy. Even though my father was a banker, he rose to become a manager in the financial industry, I can't proudly say that I had the understanding of money. So financial literacy will help you to understand how money works and how to spend it wisely. I know young people say to me a lot that, oh, Aunt, get me out. Money they're even giving me at home, it's not enough for things are expensive. So how can I save? And now I say to them that you can just make it an habit. It doesn't even matter how little it is. See, financial literacy will help you to know how to plan and how to budget your money. So no matter what the economy is, because you are kind of aware, you are very intentional with your finances, you would be able to always plan and then budget. Financial literacy will also help you know how to grow your money, would help you know how to save and how to invest. No matter how little you have, form an habit of saving something regularly. It is when you have mastered saving something regularly, when you have little, then when you begin to earn millions of dollars, it would not become a challenge again. Have you ever wondered why some people who seem like they are blown, like we like to say, like they had so much money, they've made so much money, maybe off a business deal or something, and then a few years down the line, the money is all gone, and you're wondering, but you made so much money from this deal or something. It's because they lack that financial literacy. So it's important for us to learn financial literacy skill. If you desire to build generation, if you desire to build wealth that will last generation, please master the art of financial literacy. You can learn this also online, but I think with this, you might actually need the help of a professional, especially if you're at that point where you're maybe building a business, or you started your career and you want to be able to keep um, you want to be able to keep up with the pace. So you might need a financial expert who just come look at your books, and you have to be open as well. So you have to be open if you are talking to a third party just to guide you or to help you just put some structures in place so you can build on that. So keep that at the back of your mind. Financial literacy is a skill if you must build wealth that will last generation. And I'm sure all of us want to do that. So please keep that at the back of your mind. And then the third skill is emotional intelligence. While I was growing up, emotional intelligence wasn't really a thing, but I feel like it should be something that everybody should learn, even children. Yeah, because emotional intelligence is basically how you understand and manage your emotions. And then because you are able to understand and manage your emotions, you are able to relate well with others. That's as simply it is. You are able to point when you feel sad, when you're hungry, when you are hot, when you're just able to name those emotions, and you know what triggers them, you know what makes you feel the certain way, and then you are able to manage it. Because you have been able to manage your emotions, you are also able to relate well with others. See, I look at people that say, oh, that's who I am, that's who I talk. I can say my mind, I can say whatever I want to say. I don't know how to be diplomatic. And I'm like, no, you're not wise, you're foolish, because you cannot just be saying everything that comes to your mind. No, life does not work that way. You can't just be saying everything that comes to your mind without thinking of the effect of it on the other party. Let me give you an instance of a personal experience. Actually, I shared this some time ago in one of my videos. So my roommate in uni, who is my cousin, she at the time she was an ulcer. She had ulcer. So there was this day, I can't even remember whatever that happened, but anyway, we had an issues. And me then, when I have an issue with someone, I just go into my shell, like I just start giving you the silent treatment, like, oh, I don't even want your trouble. So I'll just go into my shell and I'll just zone out. And then on this fateful event, in the middle of the night, she started groaning, the ulcer pain, the ulcer crisis, And I was just there lying down, like she was just trying to get. I was telling myself that she's just faking it. She just wanted to get my attention. And through my sleep, I was watching her struggle to get up, take her milk, her drug, water, and I was just there, like lying down. It was days later when we were talking about that. She was like, "But Kemi, you're mean, no." You were there, and I was just struggling in so much pain. You couldn't even get up to help me. And that was when it dawned on me that no, Kemi, you lack empathy. I mean, just put yourself in that person's shoe. If you were in pain and there was someone next to you and they totally ignore you, how would you feel? And that kind of made a lot of difference. And from that moment onward, I tried my best to become more empathetic, but I'm a lot better at it now. So you see how emotional intelligence is very, very crucial. It would help us to achieve success in life. It would help you to have almost a successful relationship with everyone because you are able to relate, you're able to resolve conflicts. It also helps you to manage conflict with maturity. So you are no longer, it just has a way of just bringing out the maturity in you. So please, these are my top three skills that I believe every young person should learn. And I also think parents should start teaching the younger children these things early. Yeah, we remember, I always say that parents are the first model to children. So when we model these things to children early, they'll see it in us and they would pick it up. So for younger children, parents, please let's start teaching them these things early in life. And then for older people, like for the young adults, if you are 18 and above, you have the responsibility to learn these things. Go online, find free resources on YouTube. You can learn these things, read books about it. Yes, you can read books about it, attend courses that focuses on this thing, because they are all going to be beneficial at the end of the day. And I am very sure that if you master these three skills effectively, you definitely are on your way to achieve success in life. Let me know, which of these skills did you learn early in life, or which of these skills are you very intentional about teaching your children? I enrolled my children for one emotional intelligence course about a month or 2 months ago, and I'm very proud I did. If I see the course again, I'm going to enroll them again because I feel like it is something everyone must learn. So, till I come your way, keep winning. Bye.